If you're 65 or older and you just saw the headline Social Security COLA jumps 2.8% in 2026, here's what almost nobody is telling you for some retirees. That raise is already smaller than they think. And for a specific group of people, it's gone completely, replaced by a bill that's actually bigger than the raise itself. The average Social Security check is rising by about 50. $6 a month in 2026, but Medicare just announced its own increase, and depending on your income, that increase alone could eat $18, $99, or even more of your raise every single month. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which category you fall into, and the specific income number that determines it. Every number in this video comes directly from the Social Security Administration's October 2025 COLA announcement and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services November 2025 premium release. Both are public records on SSA.gov and CMS.gov. No estimates, no rounding for effect, just the actual 2026 numbers side by side, so you can do this math on your own benefit before you finish your coffee. Here's the part almost every news segment skips. The 2.8% COLA is calculated on your gross Social Security benefit, but most retirees don't receive their Social Security check in isolation. They have their Medicare Part B premium deducted directly from it before it ever hits their bank account. So the number that actually matters isn't your COLA percentage. It's your COLA dollars minus your Part B increased dollars. That's your real raise. For 2026, the standard Medicare Part B premium is rising from $185 to $202.90 a month. That's an increase of $17.90. For someone receiving the average Social Security benefit, that's a manageable bite out of a $56 raise. You'd still net about $38 more per month. Annoying, but survivable. Now here's where it gets serious. That $17.90 figure only applies if your income stayed under a specific line. Medicare uses something called the Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, or IRMAA for short, and in 2026 that line sits at $109,000 in modified adjusted gross income for a single filer, or $218,000 for a married couple filing jointly. Cross that line based on your 2024 tax return, and your Part B premium doesn't go up by $17.90. Well, it jumps to $284.10 a month. That can mean an increase of up to $99, depending on what your premium was in 2025. Think about WOOs most likely to cross that line without even realizing it. Well, anyone who took a larger required minimum distribution in 2024, anyone who did a Roth conversion, anyone who sold an investment property or had a strong year of consulting income. None of those feel like Social Security decisions, but every one of them can quietly reach back and shrink your 2026 raise. Let me show you two retirees with the exact same Social Security benefit. To make this concrete, meet Robert, age 68. His monthly Social Security benefit in 2025 is $2,400. His 2024 modified adjusted gross income was $5,000, comfortably under the $109,000 IRMAA threshold. He pays the standard Part B premium. Now meet Diane, also 68, also with a $2,400 monthly benefit. The difference in 2024, Diane took a $20,000 distribution from her traditional IRA to help her daughter with a down payment that pushed her modified adjusted gross income to $115,000. Just $6,000 over the IRMAA line. She didn't file anything wrong. She didn't do anything unusual. She simply crossed a number she didn't know existed. Same benefit amount. Same COLA percentage, completely different outcome. Let's run the actual math for both of them. Start with Robert, the one who stayed under the threshold. His 2025 monthly benefit is $2,400. Apply the 2026 COLA of 2.8%, and that becomes $2,467.20. That's a raise of $67.20 a month. Robert's Part B premium in 2025 was $185. In 2026, it rises to $202.90. That's an increase of $17.90. So Robert's real net monthly increase is his $67.20 raise minus the $17.90 premium increase. That leaves him with $49.30 more per month in his pocket. His COLA raise survived, reduced but very much alive. Now Diane, same starting benefit, $2,400 a month in 2025. Same COLA math applies to her too. Her raise is also $67.20, bringing her gross benefit to $2,467.20. But because her 2024 income landed at $115,000, inside the first IRMA bracket of $109,001 up to $130,000. $7,000, her Part B premium isn't the standard rate. It's $284.10 a month in 2026. If Diane's 2025 premium was the standard $180. $5, her Part B cost just went up by $99.10 a month, not $17.90. Now watch what happens to her real raise. $60. $7.20 in COLA increase, minus $99.10 in additional Part B premium, leaves her $31.90 in the negative. Diane's Social Security check is actually landing in her bank account with $31.90 less per month in 2026 than it did in 2025, despite a 2.8% quote-unquote raise. Well, here's the rule most people have never heard of that explains why nothing rescues Diane. There's a federal protection called the Hold Harmless Rule. It says your net Social Security payment can't drop just because your Part B premium went up. As long as your premium comes directly out of your check. That protection is exactly what keeps Robert's situation from ever going negative. But the Hold Harmless Rule has one explicit carve. It does not apply to anyone paying an IRMA surcharge. Once you cross that income line, the safety net that protects everyone else simply isn't there for you. Two people, same benefit. Same COLA, and one of them is genuinely worse off in 2026 than in 2025. That's the entire point of this video. The 2.8% headline tells you nothing about which one of these two people you actually are. And it's not just Part B, the Part B annual deductible. The amount you pay before Medicare starts covering Althangfo patient costs is rising from $257 to $280. $3 in 2026, an increase of $26. If you have several doctor visits or Althangfo patient procedures early in the year, that's additional money out of pocket before insurance kicks in, on top of the premium math we just walked through. Now, 3 things that change this calculation depending on your situation. First, if you also have Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage. High earners pay a Part D IRMA surcharge on top of everything we've covered, ranging up to about $91 a month in 2026 if you're in Diane's position and also carry Part D. Her real number gets worse, not better. Second, IRMA is based on a 2-year look-back, using your 2024 tax return for your 2026 premium if your income dropped significantly since 2024. Because of retirement, divorce, or the death of a spouse, Social Security allows you to file what's called a Medicare IRMA Life, changing event appeal using more current income instead of the 2-year-old number. Most people who qualify never file it simply because they don't know it exists. Third, if you're a public sector retiree affected by the windfall elimination provision or the government pension offset, your Social Security benefit, and therefore your COLA dollar amount, is already smaller than a private sector retiree with similar earnings. That means the same $17.90. Or $99.10, Part B increase represents a bigger percentage bite out of a smaller raise, worth factoring in if this applies to you. Here are 3 things to do this week. Well, not someday. 1. Pull your 2024 tax return and check your modified adjusted gross income against $109,000 if you're single, or $218,000 if you're married filing jointly. That single number tells you whether you're in Robert's category or Diane's. 2. If you're near that line, within about $10,000 either side, look at whether a Roth conversion, a large ERA withdrawal, or a one-time capital gain in 2024 pushed you over. If it did and your income has genuinely dropped since, look up the Medicare IRMA Life changing event appeal form on SSA.gov and consider filing it. 3. When your Social Security COLA notice arrives, either by mail or in your My Social Security online account, check it against your Medicare Part B premium notice from the same month. We'll subtract one from the other. That's your real 2026 raise, not the 2.8% headline number, if this breakdown gave you a clearer picture of your actual 2026 numbers. Subscribe. I break down a new Social Security or Medicare case study like this every week, and drop a comment with your rough income range and whether you're above or below the IRMA line. It'll tell you which scenario in this video applies closest to you. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, tax, or legal advice. Individual circumstances vary. Consult a licensed financial advisor, tax professional, or contact the Social Security Administration directly before making decisions based on this information.